A scientist did a study that I think we're going to find very interesting. He took Japanese fish, put them inside of a fish tank, and then infected the water in there with BPA. BPA is something that kind of comes from plastic, and you've probably seen BPA before, like BPA free on some plastic water bottles or anything, right? He put a hyper concentrated amount of BPA in this tank with these fish for 7 days. And then he replaced the water and put in extremely filtered water, clean water after that. So they were exposed to BPA, a really high level of BPA for 7 days. What do you think happened to the fish? Not much. Nothing significant happened. And then the fish had babies. And this group of fish that were contaminated with BPA for 7 days, they had 50% less babies than a control group. And then when they tested those fish, those babies that grew up, 50% of those were infertile. And the next generation after that, almost entirely infertile. They stopped the study around then, but they genuinely could have made this group of fish extinct with a 7-day exposure to BPA. And they actually did, the same scientists did actually a extremely similar study, but they did it now with something called EE2, a chemical, literally the letters EE2. This is a chemical that comes from, you know, like women take birth control. So you've probably seen this before, like it's like a pill, a contraceptive that women take daily. Like a lot of women take it so that they can't get pregnant and for other health reasons. A lot of women take, it's called oral contraceptives, and it's like, you know, hormonal birth control. And a lot of women take that every single day. And when they pee, like in the toilet, and it goes through the water system, you can't actually filter out for hormones like that. The scale of what we're talking about here is too big for us to actually comprehend at this point. But I'm just going to say this again. Women who take hormonal birth control, which totally changes their hormones, which pretty much chemically castrates them and destroys their testosterone, that goes into the water system when they pee, every time they pee. And our water filtration systems don't actually take that out because it's a hormone, it's an extremely small molecule. And so the scientists did a very similar study from the previous one. This time they used EE2, the thing that comes from oral contraceptives, but they put in a moderate level which is actually less than what's been found in our water. And they put it in for 7 days, then they cleaned out the water, and then they just observed what would happen to the fish. It was about the same results. Almost entirely infertile in 3 generations. You know, 20% of us are infertile right now. We're probably like the first real generation of what happened here. Mark my words, our children will be 50% infertile.